Hello, my lovely YouTube family. I have some great content for you today, and I hope you like it. Let's watch it together. First up is
I am genuinely concerned for people who think like this. What gives you the right to judge an entire relationship based on skin color, especially when these people are strangers to you and you don't know anything about them? It's almost as if skin color is the defining thing of a relationship. It's like, do you know there's more to people than their skin color? There's their personality and their values and so many other things that have nothing to do with their skin color that can make somebody a valuable person in somebody else's life. But no, this person's black and this person's white, and that just can't be a thing. That's terrible. That's illegal. Ew, you people disgust me.
In general.
Why do black men date white women, in your opinion? Just be honest. Is it because they're more easy?
Let
and
them
I
say
say
no,
that.
How you gonna say they more easy?
I'm asking. I say quote unquote.
It's a lot of different reasons.
Okay.
I think this is just my opinion.
Okay.
Right, no doubt.
These
no
just
doubt.
like my observations and the things that I've
From
seen.
what you
Okay.
experience.
White women make themselves more available.
In what ways?
They be around. They show up. They
Yeah.
know where the athlete's gonna be at.
Right.
I have heard
They
that.
pop, and then with the athletes and all that shit, like you got to keep in mind, it's like tears to the like college, and then like the professional and shit like that. They hang around, they
that
linger.
That's what Too Short said
They'll watch
yesterday.
you strike out all night, and it don't affect your chances with them or nothing. They want to be down, so they make themselves more available to the shit, as opposed to playing hard to get. Act like you don't know this motherfucker. They be knowing. They know the stats.
Yes.
But I'm going to say this, and I really want everyone to hear me when I
that's
say
a
this
good
right
one.
now, though.
Uh-oh.
Listen to this, though. I want black men to learn and really do better, because one thing about these white women is as soon as they don't get their way or something rubs them the wrong way, you are an N-word hard ER.
We
And
gonna
that's
be
the
that
truth. You'll be that anyway, but you really
Yeah.
gonna be that, and they gonna take you to court and take everything you have, because unfortunately, although black women are powerful in our feminine and our divine, just how we are as women, we're so powerful, but white women are powerful in America. And when they say something, it's going to make a difference in the community, unfortunately. And y'all keep messing with these white women.
Who is
and then
y'all? You ain't
I'm
never
not
seen
saying
me with
you
no
too,
white woman.
but I haven't even seen Paul with a white woman. I'm just saying black men do this, and then when they're coming down and they have their downfall with these women, they want to run to the black women for support. And it's like, no, at the end of the day, black women are the most loyal statistically to their own men.
Why do you think black women get upset when you see a black man date and or marry a white woman? In your opinion?
In my opinion,
In your opinion?
I feel like it's because maybe the black man has become more successful and has gotten more money, and they feel as though they can upgrade to a woman that is higher than a black woman. That makes them feel as though they are a king. Maybe that a black woman maybe doesn't make them feel as that they're a king.
And I'm more than convinced that that is a big reason why we see so many black athletes date white women too, or date outside their race. You know, there's a dynamic with, these white athletic teams because white men own those teams. They try to mask it as preference. Oh, I just prefer to date outside my race. But it's not really you preferring them. It's really you using, I'm going to use white women as an example. It's really you using white women as pawns. Oh, if the white man dates white women and I date white women, I'm that much closer to being just like the white man. No. Hun.
I could never date a white woman. And it's not because of what you think. It's not that white women are less attractive than anybody else, anything like that. It has nothing to do with the attraction level. But when you're a black man and you date a white woman, they emasculate you, but in a different way. Let me explain. See, a lot of black men, they always talk about like the blatant disrespect black women or any other group of women might give them and how emasculating it is sitting there arguing, going back and forth. White women emasculate you in a different way. They emasculate you by making you sign an unwritten, unspoken contract of saying like, look, bro, as long as we can get along, as long as you suppress or remove a part of yourself, you could be with me. What part of that self am I talking about? The part of yourself where you are behind your community. So I've dated white women before before. I've talked to a white girl. Okay, I've been with white women before, but I ain't never drunk the Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid is don't speak about black issues. Don't cause friction, because do you really think this woman want to hear about how you reminded her of her grandfather being the grand wizard of the KKK? Or about her father being a corrupt judge? Or about her cousins and brothers being racist? Because they know. Oh, these white women know. You got to understand. They in the houses with these same European dudes. They're in the house. They grow up with these racist guys. They hear it. Some contribute to it. Some of them condone it. But they grow up around it. And as a black man, when you date a white woman, they'll agree to be a good wife to you. They'll agree to maybe loyal to you and all of that. But as far as you wanting to better your community, that can't be a priority. It's an unspoken rule, because as soon as you start talking to her about the black plight or black issues or the black community or what black people dealing with, when you talk to them about that and how it needs to be resolved and how the government sabotage us, you know what you're gonna say? Oh, that made me feel uncomfortable. Can we like not talk about it? Can we just be cordial? Why we gotta talk about this? Why everything gotta be about race? Smoke screen the shit out of you. And anytime you bring up black issues and you wanna do something about it to help better the black community, it's gonna make her feel uncomfortable. That's what she gonna tell you. And the only way you're not gonna make her feel uncomfortable is if you either talking down on black people or you ignore the black community and act as if the sabotage that happens to the black community don't exist.
Why do some black men only date white women?
I feel like that's just a thing of self-hatred, not gonna lie. There's so many black men that have been so brainwashed by Western beauty standards, all this. It's such cool mentality.
I've heard some of your friends say, like, oh, just white girls are easy.
Man, I hear this, yeah? But it's like, I don't see it. I've never dated a white girl. But I've never dated because I feel like, yeah, people say, oh, it's so easy. But I'm just like, how is it easy to get to know someone that's not your culture? I would love to be able to experience other cultures and actually date a woman that's not black, but I personally don't know how to. I wouldn't say it's easy because I wouldn't even know what to say to you. I
think I underestimated how much I like being black. Everything about our culture, just from history to now, and it was just like you were saying, it was just certain things that the white women that I was talking to, and it was never even no malicious intent, but it was just certain things that I had to either continuously try to explain, or things that I tried to explain and they just didn't get, and it just was always a disconnect at the core of it, and it was just a disconnect that I just never had to deal with because I only dealt with black women majority of my life.
So is it fair to say, and this is a question for all of y'all, so people who grew up rich, right? I don't know if y'all grew up, or you grew up, okay, let's say that whole family is millionaires versus somebody who grew up Section 8, everything like that. They're going to have two very different views, right?
Yes.
And that's almost culturally different. There's a very distinct difference between the mindset of a person who grew up rich and the mindset of a person who grew up poor. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like, okay, the cultural difference of okay, black and white is greater than rich and poor? So say for instance, you got all these similarities with a white woman. Y'all grew up same financial status, everything like that, but she's just white, versus it's a black woman. Both of y'all are black.
Would.
College.
Okay.
I always ask when I see these ball players and entertainers and stuff go through stuff, I'm like, where'd he go to college? Oh, he went to Auburn. I'm like, what the fuck you think?
I went to Kansas.
Who was sucking the fuck out of his dick after every game? Some white cheerleader.
That's crazy.
Right there.
Damn.
Thirsty, ready.
But most NBA players never went to black colleges.
So then you get an appetite. You like, oh,
I like the white.
Yeah, and you come out of there with that flavor. You like, okay.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys both a question? And I want you to be completely honest. I have heard that white women suck the best.
They say they go with white women more. Cause black women, we so aggressive, we so intimidating. And a lot of men say that's why they deal with white women, cause white women are a little more, what's that word, gullible. And yeah, they're a little more gullible to situation. I don't know if they gullible, that big word. Am I saying that shit right? Gullible. Is it gullible? Gullible. Whatever that gullible shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that gullible shit. white women more gullible to situations. When black women, we go, nah, you ain't even finna just play with her like that. And we finna address it. And a lot of these niggas be having like mothers issues. Like a lot of men that grew up like with single moms and stuff like that, and a mom was very dominant in the raising them and stuff like that, they be having like flashbacks and shit like that. That's just what I think. That's why they don't want a dominant woman.
One of the biggest advantages the snow bunnies have on our women is snow bunnies will find a dusty brother and see his skill, his talent, you feel me?
Yeah.
Invest in him in college. And by the time he become a multimillionaire at 35, she been with him the whole walk. You see that? A lot of sisters are not going to do that. They're not going to find a dusty brother in his senior year or dusty brother in the community. But you see, he got this business idea. She like, nah, come back and see me when it's up and running. I don't think this ever going to happen. Soon when you waved him off, the snow bunny got him. The snow bunny invested in him. You feel me? 10 years later, the same brother see you trying to holler. He got the white girl. Now you dissing him. You saying they all want white girls. Nah, he came to you. You said you want a ready-made black man. You don't want a work in progress. And I'm telling black women, y'all better start going for some of these works in progress instead of waiting for us to finish the job, because you losing to the snow bunny when you tell us to wait until we got the bag.
I already know what you're thinking. I already know what you're about to say. Just know that I know.
You are the last one standing with this balloon, so I want to know why you still holding on.
I am. Well, so far, I feel like his energy has been good. He's been respectful. He's not too egotistical, not too full of himself. He's handsome. He's tall. I feel like I see the effort in what he put in with his outfit today.
It sounds like he got all the compliments for you.
Now, before you come running into these comments, especially the black men talking about, see, this is why black guys be talking to white women, because they build them up. They speak life into them, so on and so forth. Hold on for a second. Because the thing is, I done seen black women building up their black man. What you talking about? Listen, I done seen the pop the balloon challenge. I've seen it. I've seen black women dismiss men because of what they wear, because of the way they talk, or where they work, because of the culture, because of weird stuff. I get it. I understand. But I'm not going to sit here and see a snippet that's about 30 seconds of this white woman giving this black man compliments and all of a sudden think that every single white woman is like that. I'm not going to do that. Because I see more videos of black women bigging up black men than I see of white women bigging up black men. Matter of fact, I was on the street the other day walking, and a woman came by. And she said, I just want to let you know that you're handsome. It was a black woman. She said, I just want to let you know you're handsome, and I hope you have a good day. Come on now. My reality, what I'm seeing on a day-to-day basis, black women are speaking life into their man. Black women are speaking life into their man. Let me specify. Black women are speaking life into their black man. I ain't about to let the internet try to play on me and make me think that if I get with a Caucasian woman, they all gonna be like this, because that's not true. And that's not reality. I done seen black women. I done seen Caucasian women. I done seen Asian women. I done seen Latino women. I done seen all of them talk bad about they man. And guess what? I done seen all of them talk good about their man. So before y'all start believing that the white woman is more superior because of a 30-minute snippet, I suggest that you go outside and you live in reality for a while. Because reality will tell you that every race of woman speaks life into their man, and every race of woman tear down their man. Just depends on who you pick, baby. It's on who you pick. It's who you choose, who you attract. If you got a woman that talk down to you, maybe you should have picked better. Ooh.
Who started the hashtag Black Men Don't Cheat? Was that you, Duval? Who started that?
Nah, that was
You
that was
started.
I. Yeah, he got that from me. Cause I'm tired of being misrepresented, bro. Black men, most disrespected man on the whole planet, bro. Don't nobody give us credit for nothing. We don't have no representation. We are the most disrespected, and you know, we the most sought after.
Yeah.
And we ain't really out here like that.
What made you come to that revelation?
What? That black men don't cheat?
Yeah.
I'm a black man. I'm a black man. In order to cheat, you got to be with somebody.
Right.
If you ain't with nobody, that ain't cheating.
So in other words, as long as you don't have a partner,
right,
you should be able to like sleep with this one, that one.
Ain't nobody said nothing about no sleeping. If you a black man and your woman white, you can cheat.
How you come to that conclusion?
What you mean? Why wouldn't you cheat?
I mean, if you're in a relationship, is that what you're supposed to do?
She white.
She a woman. You chose like, I want you to be my woman. I want to be in a relationship with you. I mean, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, whatever.
Nah. Nah, black men don't cheat. Black men the most faithful men out here, man.
Do women believe you?
Yeah, sometimes.
What you mean sometimes?
Sometimes, bro. You know how they just like to be objective sometimes. But you know, I feel like as a black man, you got a lot to prove out here.
Right.
So I don't know any black men that's out here cheating. I ain't never seen it.
Right.
I don't know nobody that cheated. Like, nobody. I mean,
I heard you say that
sometimes they try to set you up and make it look like you cheat.
Right.
Like they'll sneak and throw you on live and then make it sound like you on there cheating, but it ain't even cheating. You see how you can fall into the trap easy.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know.
I didn't know.
You know that. This is set.
I'm not going to say anything about this. I want to know if you guys agree with her or not.
The Black Kings get divorced, and then what happens? They're like, F it. We're moving on. Snow bunnies are going to clean you right out. So the snow bunnies get on top of things, and they mix, and they have this beautiful baby, and the process continues. So I do find that Black Kings often go to Black Queens first, and then they're like, snow bunny time. They'll either divorce them, dump them, and then move on. Swiftly move on. And they'll feel all cleansed, you know? Right. Anyway, on that note, do you like my nails?
So you heard what she said, and I want to know what you guys think. Let's be serious on this. I want to know what you guys think because she seemed serious. I mean, she seemed genuine about it. What's your take? That's what I want to know. Let me know in the comments below. Share it to your friends. Share it to anybody, everybody you know. Because I want to know. I want to know what people think.
Y'all want to know why we like y'all's black men? Because they not y'all's black men. They're not. You don't own shit. And it kind of started, you know.
Yeah. And you don't own shit either. Matter of fact, Dobby is a free elf. Also, anybody want to laugh at the fact she was about to go give a history lesson? You know, I was having a conversation with one of my best friends today. He's also black. And we were talking about white women and how, you know, we have this understanding that most of them lose their filters at like the age of 40 and that never comes back. So this is a new time where apparently that has been expedited and you now going to see it just on full display in their, you know, 20s and 30s. Hey man, rest up. It's about to be an interesting summer. You about to really see who's down for the cause and who ain't. And people are like, you need to be concerned about a Shannon Sharpe type thing. I'm like, let me tell y'all something. If they walk up and touch me, because otherwise I'm not really interacting, like, you know, because some people like to go and do that without consent, I'm going to start flapping like I'm in the NBA. It ain't going to be no joke. Like, somebody going to touch me without my consent, just like that. And I'm going to be like, I swear to God, y'all start acting ignorant this summer. Y'all going to touch me, and I'm going to fly back 10 feet on purpose and act like you Supergirl.
Justin Blue, and it seems like everybody's talking about Shannon Sharpe and that white girl filing a sexual assault lawsuit for $50 million. $50 million? $50 $50 million, I ain't never seen a trauma worth $50 million. They ain't even offered nobody $50 million worth of reparations for slavery. I'm not here to divide or stir up racial debates, but the truth of history in the present is the truth of history in the present. And we often talk about the white man as if white women have historically sat back and been angels the whole time. Historically and today, white women's fake tears hold a lot of power. Not too long ago, we saw Jonathan Majors running full speed away from a white woman for his own safety on camera, and he still got found guilty. Brothers, I get it. They going to the gym now too. They eating rice and cabbage and cornbread now too. They got hips and curves now too. But you gotta understand something. The ugly truth is there's still a power imbalance every time you deal with a white woman. It's like being around a person with a gun. They may not choose to use it, but it's in your best interest to know that they can. And fellas, the street's dangerous. You take a risk anytime you deal with a new woman. In the hood, they set you up and rob you. In the suburbs, they set you up and rob you in court.
So I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash for this video, but I really don't care. Someone has to have the balls to say it. So this video is for all you white girls that claim that you only like black guys. And you get on this fucking app and you think it's cute to create TikToks, you know, giving reasons why you like black guys. And the reasons that you give are not only disrespectful, but they're insulting to the entire African American race. And you sit here and you think that because of a myth of a dick size, that should validate why you date a black dude or why you only fuck with black dudes. First of all, bitch, they're black kings. Get it right. Second of all, you can clearly see with what you post that you have no appreciation for the culture, you don't know shit about it, and you don't actually know what it takes to be in an interracial relationship. Y'all snow possums need to stay the fuck off TikTok and stay away from the African American kings who deserve good women.
Dante, boy, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied, you ain't never lied, you ain't never lied. Truth. Tell me he lying. Show me one place he lying at. I don't detect one lie in this statement. Not one.
I just want to address it. Normally I don't address it, but I'll address it today.
This is a blind man filming, by the way.
Yeah, blind man filming, and I'm doing just fine. And whoever made this statement, black man, you will soon get a wake-up call. And they were referring to me having a Caucasian wife.
I thought we were gonna stop saying Caucasian.
You've
got a white wife.
I don't want to offend you. What would you like to be called?
I don't care what you call me.
What? to my white wife. First of all, how do you feel about that?
What's the wake-up call?
That's what I'm curious what it is. I think the wake-up call is something harmful happening to me because we're married, or something negative, I believe.
Well,
it was a threat almost to me. That's how I took it. Sometimes you say I take things wrong. How do you think that? What do you think that statement was?
I didn't see the comment, but it's nutty. But I will say this: having the right partner affects everything. So seriously, it has nothing to do with us being black, white, whatever. Yeah. It's choosing the right person. Greatly impacts your quality of life, what you do in life, and so we are the right partners for each other. We are living fucking life.
Damn, sassy. There's really nothing more to be said. For me, every morning I wake up, the good Lord breathes life into my lungs, and that is my wake-up call. He's given me the strength and the ability to do as I choose and love who I choose and walk in my purpose.
And not care about your dumbass comments.
Yeah, and not care about your dumbass comments. So that's our response to you. Peace, love, and light to you. Peace.
Why is it that black men prefer either white girls or Spanish girls?
I think
the way that I see
like
it,
what they like.
So why is it that we see that, like, we hear about that, like, a thing, like black men don't want to date black
because
women?
it's easier for the media to paint black men as
the bad guy.
As the bad guy. They say, who's stealing out here? Black men. Who's out here? Black men. Who's cheating out here? Black men. It's just everything. It's
black men. Black women at an 87% rate, but y'all want to focus so much on the other percent.
I never knew that.
Most black men in America marry black women.
So why are most black women single then?
Now that's a different conversation.
So NBA legend Paul Pierce was asked his opinion on why NBA players date white women. And he said it's because white women appreciate more. They don't mind being held accountable, and they apologize more. And he laughed. Look, Paul Pierce, date who you want to date, man. That's your preference. But don't down the entire group of black women because you don't prefer them. You prefer somebody else. There are plenty of black women. I'm married to one. Been with her since '87. That will apologize. That's very, very appreciative. Don't mind being held accountable. And a lot of times won't even hold me accountable when I'm messing up big time. Being extremely supportive. I know plenty of black women like that. So it ain't funny for you to disparage and down talk and feed into these narratives about black women because you prefer not to date black women. That's your preference, dog. So you don't have to down black women to justify your prejudice, because that's prejudice against your own women, because you're prejudging all of them. And it ain't funny. The dude that's sitting up there with you is not funny. The black woman that's sitting up laughing with you is not funny. And I ain't gonna even lie, man. I try not to get my emotions too high when I'm making these videos, but I'm extremely pissed off for you to make a statement like that. When it's extremely disrespectful and it's wrong. Them dudes do that because that's their preference. And it might not even be their exclusive preference. That just might be who they fall in love with and who they be with. That don't mean them dudes won't marry a black woman. They just didn't. Because they fell in love with somebody that ain't black. But most black women I know, most black women I've experienced in all of my 52 years of life are extremely appreciative, extremely respectful, extremely loyal, extremely supportive, extremely uplifting, extremely strong, extremely intelligent, extremely loving, and extremely caring. See, social media got people fooled because they like to show women acting up. Well, that's not the majority of black women and black people. So I'm going to say, Paul Pierce, you a sucker for saying that, bro. You a sucker for saying that. And I have zero respect for it. Y'all just feel so comfortable taking shots at us. Taking shots at us. You won't take shots at nobody else, but y'all take shots at us. Because y'all feel like it ain't no repercussions behind it. We easy to take a shot at because you know the world just gonna giggle and laugh with you. Man, that's weak. All praises to the Most High.
What's the narrative that we hear about black men?
They don't get married.
No, they don't like who?
Oh, they don't like black women.
Well, yeah.
The national average for black men who are married, what are they married to?
It's got to be black women.
Black women at what percentage? Over 85%. But it don't matter though, because once they make money, that's when they go get white women.
White women, yeah.
The national average for making over $200,000, black men, right? How many of those men are married to black women?
I'll give him about a cool
95%.
95?
I believe it.
I do believe it. And then when you hear the horror stories, we got to talk about Scottie Pippen.
Girl.
Lex has a good point though, because they'll show the Scottie Pippen, right? And they'll say, look, this is how black men behave. Yeah. But that's not the fact. Destroying the black family has been on the forefront of the mind of the people who created this country. How do you destroy the black wealth in this country? Destroy the black family. Make black women think that black men don't love them. Make black men think that black women don't respect them. That's all a fallacy. It's not true. The older I get, I'm 40 years old now, the more I realize that everything I've learned from mass media has been programmed by people who have an agenda.
But all these men going to these white women, I want to ask them one question. What color is your mother? So what you telling your mother? There's no woman, qualified black, all the beautiful black, intelligent women we got, you couldn't find one? So I'm with Omar John. I'm Dr. Omar. I don't believe in that. I believe a black man ought to go get a black woman and lift her up, because the black woman been through more hell than anybody in the world. So when you lift that woman up, you're lifting up your mother. So why would you, who just did this on TV?